Hello, and welcome to FuturesNW Student Speaker Series, where we share stories by students, for students, from students. We believe that students are the experts at navigating tricky post-secondary systems, and their stories have the power to dismantle secret handshakes that are barriers for first-gen students succeeding in higher education. In this series, you will learn about critical resources and hear inspiring stories of students who have persisted and found belonging, community, and ultimately deep pride for what they have accomplished. Hi, I'm Johana, and today's guest is Cynthia Cruz, a student from the Human Services program at Western Washington University, sharing their experience with us. Welcome, Cynthia. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Can you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, and how you came to the Human Services program?
Yeah, so my full name is Cynthia Cruz Bernardino. I'm actually going into my last year at Western, so I'm pretty excited for that. I'm majoring, I think, like you said, in human services with a minor in education and social justice. And I'm from White Center, Seattle. I've pretty much grown up there my whole life. And going into the human service program, how I found myself there, I actually applied earlier than when I was supposed to enter, but I did not get into that round. But they really liked my application, so they saved me a spot for fall 2019. I think so, if I'm remembering right. And that's how I got in. I was really excited that they saved me a spot, and they thought I was special enough to save me a spot. How I found out about it, I had no idea what human services was. I didn't hear anything about it through Western or any of those little, I guess, like career fairs that they have. It wasn't until I was in this other program my first year, and it was with my mentor and another mentor, and I talked about my interests and what I like to do. So what I really like and what my passion lies in is social work and social justice work within school systems. And once I started talking about that, the other mentor thought that I would be a best candidate to go into human services and also minor in ESJ. That was actually the exact same thing she was doing. And she gave me the contact numbers and emails to the people who were part of that program. And I got in contact with them, and I just kind of fell in love with it. And I was like, well, I don't know what else I want to do, so this is where I'm going to be.
I love that. That's so good. I think it's amazing to me to hear how it's like by word of mouth and like through relationships and friendships that you can find out about these programs that really are connect with your heart and with your passions. So did you always know you wanted to go to college, and who inspired you?
No. I guess I didn't really see myself going into college just because, I was young and I couldn't see myself as an adult. I wouldn't say anyone inspired me because I am first generation. No one in my family went to college or had any knowledge on what college is and what to do. And I didn't really grow up in the best situation, so I didn't really have much inspiration, but it was always an idea within the family and kind of pushed upon that you would go to college. It was expected since we live here in the US and whatnot. And because I was in the Seattle area, it was expected of me to originally go to UW, but it just wasn't for me. I think it was not anything wrong. It was just too mainstream. It was just way too big. I've already been to that campus so many times because that's all like my school field trips were. Not much of a field trip, but yeah, it just wasn't what I wanted. And how I got to Western, how I found out about it was through this program that I did in high school, which was the College Success Foundation. We actually did this like ACE summer retreat. I don't remember what it was called, but I know it was ACE something. And I came with a group of students who were also in the program, and we came to Western for 3 days. And it was I guess it was like a bunch of meetings and lectures talking about college and financial aid, how to apply, things like that. We got to stay here for 3 days, and I stayed in one of the dorms over there. I don't know what the name. And I just fell in love with the campus. I really liked the architecture, and I really loved all the trees, and that it was a smaller campus, and that it was 2 hours away from home. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It was the only college I actually applied for. I didn't apply for anything else. It was really like, well, if I don't get in, then that's what life chose for me, you know?
I love that. It's fun because I also only apply to Western as well.
Yeah.
Wait, yay, we made it. We're here.
Yeah, it was funny too because my college advisor, which is like that CSF program I did in high school, he also helped out just all the students, regardless if they were in the program or not. And he had a wall up, and it was everyone's, I guess, acceptance letters to all the colleges that they were applying for. And then it was like everyone's names because we were a really small high school, and they had all these applications in, and it was just me with just the one paper. Yeah, I just didn't really want to apply to anywhere else. Western was just the only one. I will say there just wasn't enough information given to me about the different colleges around Washington. So that also played a role into why I really just came to Western, because it was really just the only other college I had knowledge on.
For sure. I feel, yeah. What is one thing you found deeply important in accomplishing your educational goals?
Man, when I read that question, when you first sent it to me, I was like, man, I don't know how to answer that. But I thought about it, and I think I would say getting myself out there, and that kind of connects with trying new things and networking. I'd say that's probably the biggest thing that helped me through all my educational goals, and also just my dedication. I'm really dedicated, and I really strive for things. Um, and I think this kind of goes into the other question, but I'll answer that later. But yeah, just networking, like with the whole applying to human services and getting in, it really involved a lot on my end, on having to reach out, having to email all these people, looking up what the program is, looking up what they offer, what different classes they have, and actually seeing if I wanted to do it. That's what really helped me reach my goals right now. And I'm really proud of myself too.
Yeah, I love that. So, what is one barrier you encountered, and how did you navigate that?
Yeah, this is where I was going to get into. um, it's like, what haven't I navigated through, you know? um, Geez, that one too was hard to answer because I feel like everything, college itself, you know? um, I want to say my biggest one that's still haunting me right now is my credits, my credit load. That's been my biggest obstacle, just because I didn't really understand the amount of credits I needed and what was required to graduate, and the differing amount of credits per class. Um, it wasn't explained to me too well when I had my freshman orientation with Western, so I had to figure it out all by myself. And especially my first year here, I really didn't get help from college advisors. It was all just my mentor. And, my mentor was another student who was going to Western, and they can only do so much because they are also going to class. So it was really all on me to figure out this whole credit thing and this first year of college. And just the classes, some of those classes your first year when you don't know about GURs and you were undecided like me. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I took some horrible classes that were just crappy. Um, and so I dropped one, and that kind of led to me falling behind in my credit load per quarters. And I think it was so bad that I needed like 12 or 13 more quarters or credits to catch up on. So all of my junior year, I had to take 4 classes per quarter.
Yeah.
So I think that amounted to 18 to 20 credits per
Wow.
quarter, and it was hard.
Yeah.
I was able to do it, while working my work study job here, but it was really difficult. It was, a lot of late nights, and a lot of mental health self-care days. Um, I never want to do that again. I don't recommend taking 4 classes a quarter. So if you can knock out all your GURs in your first to second year and all those credits, definitely do it. Don't be like me, having to catch up on all these credits. Luckily, because I pushed myself and I persevered my junior year, and I took, extra classes. And right now in summer quarter, I'm taking 9 credits just to catch up. That way my senior year wouldn't be hectic. I'd only have to take 3 classes, so it's going back to normal. So luckily now I'm gonna get to relax.
Yeah, that's great. That's so good that you could look ahead and like plan that out.
Mm-hmm.
That's so important. What would be your best advice for incoming first-gen students pursuing higher education?
Mm-hmm. Oh man. If I could tell myself the first year is like, get your stuff together, sis. Stay on top of your credits, that's gonna be the biggest thing. But what I would say now, especially to my partner right now, who's also here at Weston and struggles with his degree that he's pursuing, is keep with it. Stay with what you want to do. If you love to do math, do it. I know sometimes some of the classes, especially the prereqs, the introductory classes, are going to be horrible. They're going to be hard. They're going to be dull and boring. But once you actually get into your major and you're actually getting to be in these useful classes, that's when it starts getting more exciting. That's when your personality starts to shine. And that's when you actually start making some change and doing some exciting things. Even if you don't get accepted your first time into the major, there's always a second round. And I highly, highly suggest to apply to all the rounds that you can. I think with human services, there's 2 or 3 rounds. I don't know. I don't remember, but apply to all of them. Keep with it, because this is really what you want to do, and it's really messed up because there's so many systems that are against us students of color, and especially us first generation students. But keep with it, because you deserve to be here, no matter how hard the system is, and no matter how many times advisors or anyone tells you, just drop out, this isn't for you. It is for you. And you can do it. It's just going to take a little bit longer, and that is completely okay. 4 years is a scam. That's my motto. The 4 years is a lie. Almost everyone that I've met is taking longer than 4 years. It's totally normal. Just keep with it, network. It's going to pay off in the end.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. I'm so inspired. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to share with us today?
Yeah, well, for first generation students, if you want some more, I guess, random speeches, just like what I just went on, you want to join my program, First Gen Navigators. It's new. That's why I didn't really know the name right there. I'm creating it, and I'm really, really excited, just because, I am a first generation student, And credits isn't the only struggle. There's so many more real life things that I'd love to get into, but I think my language would be too much rated R for this video. So if you want to hear more about it, if you want to learn more about it and have friends in a community where everyone understands and everyone's going through the same thing, I suggest joining, signing up for the program.
So exciting. Yep.
Yes, and Johana will also be a mentor.
You will see us both there. So
yes,
we will see you there.
Hopefully we'll see you. Not hopefully, we're going to see you because you need to sign up.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. We appreciate your wisdom, shared experiences, and advice as we work toward making better systems. For more resources, information, and stories of first-gen students, check out our website at FuturesNW.org. If you have any questions for Cynthia or myself, please leave them in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.